Assalamu alaikum, dear students. Hope all of you will be fine. Mr. Gupta Ibrahim is here with your social studies new chapter, Oceans and Seas Waves. This is your final term first chapter and first topic of the chapter, Oceans and Seas and Waves. Look at here, water on the earth is found into two forms: salty water and fresh water. The sources of salty water are ocean and seas. Salty water we get from oceans and seas, and fresh water, the sources of fresh water are rivers, lakes, and streams. These are the sources of fresh water. Oceans. What is an ocean? The ocean is a large or huge body of salt water that covers about 71% of Earth's crust surface. 71% of Earth crust is covered with oceans or the water. The planet has one global ocean, though oceanographers and the nations of the world have divided it into distinct geographical regions. Oceans of the world. These are the main oceans of the world: the Arctic Ocean, Atlantic Ocean, Pacific Ocean, Indian Ocean, and Southern Ocean. You can see all these through the world map. Look at here. This is the Arctic Ocean, Atlantic Ocean here, Pacific all around, and Indian Ocean, and this is the Southern Ocean or Antarctic Ocean. Seas. Seas are the smaller than oceans and are usually located where the land and ocean meet. The ocean, when it meets the land, it is known as sea. Seas are generally warmer and shallower than oceans. Look at here, you can see the difference: sea and ocean. Movement of water. The water in the oceans and the seas is not still. It moves in all the time in the form of waves, tides, and currents. These are the movements of water on the surface of the oceans and seas. A disturbance which moves through or over the surface of a fluid, mostly caused by winds. Also, earthquake, volcanoes, gravity pull, form of great energy. This is the disturbance of or the horizontal disturbance of water on the surface of oceans or seas uh, through the winds by the gravity pull. The movement of water is, there are three reasons for the movement of water. First one is rise and fall, or the movement, horizontal movement on the surface of sea through the wind. Then another is gravity pull and disturbance which moves through over the surface of fluid. Importance of waves. Shaping coastline. It shapes the coastline, erode cliffs, and grind rocks into the sand. All the rocks are grind into the sand, which become the habitat of many sea animals. Ecology. Returns oxygen to water. Stir up food for filter and feeders. These are the importance of waves. Tides. The rhythmic rise and fall of the ocean's water is known as tides. High tides rising, incoming tide flow, low tide receding, outgoing tide, where slack tide, vertical movement stops. You can see a low tide here and a high tide here. Tides, the rhythmic rise and fall. This is done. Now types of tides. There are two types of tides, the spring tide and another is neap tide. Spring tide. Moon and sun are in direct line with one another. You can see in this picture, this is the moon and this is the sun. When they are aligned in the same direction, they pull together the water from the crust. So the pull is very stronger in this position. So they form a very high tide or the spring tide. Tidal range, vertical distance between the high and low tide. It's 2 into seconds per month. Two waves, two string tides per month. Every month we have two spring tides. Then neap tide. Sun and moon are at right angle. Sun and moon are at right angle and they do not pull. Look at here, this is the moon and sun is here. So they are forming a right angle, 90-degree angle. So the pull becomes weaker. They are not pulling the water together. That's why these tides become very weak or slow. Pulls cancel each other out, causes a weak pull, unusually low tidal range, or two tides per month. This is the activity. All of you must complete your worksheets which are given to you from the school pack, and all of you know that these worksheet and all the assignments, all the copy work will be marked, and these marks will be included in your assessments. So please be regular in completing and submitting your assignments on time. This is very compulsory for all of you to score the marks. If you are continuously and regularly attending the Zoom classes and doing your assignments on time and copy work on time, you will get the marks for that, and these marks will be included in your paper, in your midterm and final terms. Now that's all for today's class. We will meet inshallah in next class. Till then, Allah Hafiz.